Well, today, President Sisi of Egypt had a meeting with the French foreign minister as well, and then he reiterated in that meeting that Egypt wants aid to be allowed into Gaza. And yesterday, the U.S. Secretary of State Blinken was in Cairo also to talk with President Sisi. And then reports came out that there was some sort of deal to open the border. On the one hand, for aid from Egypt coming into Gaza. On the other hand, for the foreign nationals stuck in Gaza to get out into Egypt. But then these conflicting reports emerged, and then Netanyahu's office said, like, no, the border is still closed. There's no agreement. And Egypt's foreign minister later said that indeed Israel has not allowed the border to be open for humanitarian aid. And Egypt needs that permission for Israel, both like that, they're coordinating with Israel and the US, but also Israel has struck the border post a few times earlier this week or last week actually. So Egypt wants guarantees that once this aid is going to transport it into Gaza, if the border opens, that this border crossing is not going to be targeted, that this aid is not being targeted. And so far it seems like they have not agreed on this yet for this to happen. So hundreds of trucks full of aid coming from Egypt itself, coming from the World Health Organization, coming from foreign countries that want to send aid to Gaza are still stuck at that border point and yeah, as far as we know, cannot enter yet.
So what about what's in those trucks? I mean, if we're talking about hundreds of trucks, I imagine there is a lot of food in there. Is there anything perishable, things that could go to waste?
Oof, I don't have a precise detail on the precise things that it contains. I know, like we're talking about fuel. Fuel is needed for electricity power stations in Gaza to run. We're talking about water, about medical supplies. We're talking about food, emergency relief, body bags for the death in Gaza. This kind of emergency aid and emergency relief is what's in there.
All right, Eduard, thank you very much. Eduard Cousin there reporting from Cairo.